Hey everybody, I'm Yvonne with Back to Earth Creations and welcome to the craft room. Today I'm going to be working on a wire wrapped butterfly circlet, and so far I've got it like just pinned to this cork head, hoping that I needed more hands, so this seemed a pretty good place to start. I'm trying to get to where I can see my own videos, but I don't know, I need to be able to keep up with comments and stuff, so we'll do our best. We'll see. There we go. There we go, and we're gonna have it be in live chat. We are not streaming to Kick as well today. I just wanted it to be easy and pop it on here into the vertical. Hey Hawk, how's it going? Super chill day in the craft room now that we've gotten most of our work for the day, like all the busy stuff. Now we get to just craft and have fun, and that's my favorite part. How's the audio for y'all? I just asked because the turtle tank needs topped off with some more water, and so the gurgling is quite loud because the waterfall like feature has like, or like the little pump outlet has quite a ways to fall right now. They can still get up on their sunning dock, but that's a project for later today. I was going to clean their filter and do a little bit of a water swap. But first, wire wrapping. Oh wow, Hawk says made arrangements to get firewood for the camp out on Monday. Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much for that, Hawk. I was calling around to local gas stations to the area, and $8.99 for a bundle of wood, and I'm anticipating it's not gonna be that big of a bundle. Hey Laura, we do's it. Hey Barbie, thank you for doing this. I've been looking for a tutorial. Oh yeah. Now I'm just working a design out right now. Just letting it be whatever it is that it's gonna be. But if it's replicable, I will certainly try my best to make a tutorial on it. Don't spend your money. I got it covered. Right on. I appreciate you. But yeah, we decided we're going to go ahead and stock up on ice before leaving the house. Usually in years past, we'll just buy a bag of ice when we get to the campground. But it's so, like, odd to me that a campground, like a state park, wouldn't be selling wood on premise. Like, that's like the whole... That's the whole shtick, is just having campsites and selling ice and firewood. It, like, seems to be the case, but... Laura says, congrats on winning the giveaway, Barbie. Right? We've already sent her her bonus craft along kit off to her. Trying to make sure to have nice even tension. This is my first time using a cork head to assist me. And at least for a circlet, I do believe I enjoy it. Gotcha. Barbie says, just go into the flow. Almost always produces the best stuff. I'm very pleased so far. Wait, what? Where do we get firewood then? Well, Hawk sent us an email that, and just mentioned here in chat, that she's gonna, since she lives local, she was able to source some. And, but there's nearby, like, bait shacks and gas stations. Can also get ice down the road. Gotcha. Yeah, we'll definitely need to restock on ice, if it's warm, but, we're going to be stocking up on it at home and bringing it with us. Yeah, I had put together, I'd done 2 posts, I think, to the Facebook group, but I think they need to be not admined, but like something, like they need to be approved. All right, Hawk says, all I can say is I'm glad I own a pickup, right? Barbie says, thanks, I was doing a happy dance. Oh, gotcha. bringing that around. But I thought this would at the very least be helpful to me in staying in frame. And it's really nice to have something to kind of press against and to be able to just kind of pull. It almost makes me feel like whenever I would do macrame on like a cork board, though that feels like a lifetime ago. These are some of the beads and cabs that we pulled off the website because they hadn't sold. And now I'm going to add them to my stash and I get to craft with them. So I'm gonna, it's such a mess over here. I'm just gonna set them in a pile right there. So this is the progress of what we've done yesterday, and then I've been building up just a little today. I haven't done much work. It's been mostly producing like a shop update and doing a couple other things today. But it's been a good day so far. Just a little bonkers. And I'm currently weaving with a 26 gauge around 16 gauge wires. Oh, I hadn't even read your comment yet, Hawk, but that's what gauge is I'm using. The silver is 18 gauge. I should have just gone for a 16 though, because I have this color in 16. But now I know. And I may end up really liking the 18 gauge. I don't know yet. But then these two vintage bronze toned wires are 16 gauge. I'm going to do the obligatory please tickle my like button if you feel inclined to do such a thing. And then we're just going to continue with that weaving. I think this is actually going to be my last one now on this side. So how are y'all doing? What are you up to today? It's Thursday. That's good. A week from today, Randy and I are actually probably going to be driving to the camp along right now. Right on, Barbie. Well, if nothing else, we're here on YouTube for you to stop by, and I love that. Okay, so this will be my last one on this side. Just because I don't know if my wires were even, and so that way I don't have to get all the way to the end of my wire. I can build out this side and try to keep it nice and even. Also be there on Thursday, coming home on Monday. Right on. Awesome. But yeah, I feel like, if we go through all the trouble of like going and setting up, and I like to get squeeze as much out of it as I can, and we're really lucky that our house sitters are able to take care of the house and the dogs for us for that whole time. Okay, so I've added a 4mm sterling silver bead here, and I'm going to do coiling. I don't know how many coils, but we're going to have it go just right past, kind of in line with where the 18 gauge is traveling behind. You're the greatest, Hawk. And this step is nothing if not tedious, but hey, that's part of the fun of it too, really. Hey Pontus, this is a wire wrapped circlet. So you can kind of see if this is a cork head. This sits on the forehead like that. Yeah. Oh, well, hey Earth, how's it going? But we had gotten it started in yesterday's live stream, and then I was going to work on it a little bit today, and I'd started on it, and I was like, I could be live streaming this and hanging out. Oh, well, thank you, Kendall. So there's 1, 2, 3. Oh, that'll be fantastic, Laura. I can't wait to see everybody. 4. How are you doing today, Earth? 5. Oh, well, thank you, Betty. I'm good. I'm working on decorating our new place. Oh, that sounds exciting. There we go. But yeah, I'm just using some little T-pins to try to hold everything more or less in place. I was having some difficulty getting her butt to be like lined up in the middle of the gemstone. Hawk says, I'm so excited. It's hard for me to sleep. My mind keeps traveling to Thursday. Oh, it's going to be a blast. Drinking some water. Gotta hydrate so you don't dehydrate. But yeah, this really reminds me a lot of tying macrame. Just that action of like looping the wire over the thicker wire and then pulling. Happy brain chemicals. It's our forever home through the local council. Well, congratulations on getting your forever home. That's exciting. Boop. Hey, Rainbow. How are you doing today? I got to see a butterfly this morning real up close while I was... So what we do is we've got rain barrels that catch water. And since the hose is broken, that's where I've been dunking my bucket to get the water for the chickens. And I go through one of our gates that has a wild grapevine growing on it. So it's cool, like it still opens and closes and stuff, but it's got the vines on it. So it looks kind of junky probably, but it makes me feel magical, and I'll take that wherever I can get it. So that's about as far out as what I want it to go. I'm going to try to pay attention to the width, like here and here. And that's another thing that I really like this cork head for, is I can use the stitches as a little bit of a grid. So you can see I'm on a stitch, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 gaps between the stitches. Just right here. And then over here, got 1, 2, 3, 4 gaps between the stitches. And that way, hopefully, my weaving will be even. But I was opening the gate to go dunk the bucket to get water for the chickens. And there was one of these beautiful, I don't know if it's a swallowtail butterfly, what kind it is. It's the kind that's like kind of like brown and orange on when its wings are folded up. Like if this is its body, when the wings are folded up, so like the underside of the wings are like brown and burnt orange and beautiful. But on this side, it's like black into an iridescent blue. So pretty. And it was warming itself in the morning sun, so I was able to get like my face in like this close. If this was the butterfly, I got to look at it so up close, which really made me happy. But I was careful to not block her sunshine. But that was so nice to get to spend some time with a butterfly this morning. Hey, Saki girl. No, not a monarch. Let me search real quick. It's gotta be a pretty common butterfly. Yeah, it's a, well, no, it's not a swallowtail, is it? It might have been a spice bush swallowtail. I'm gonna search. Ooh, what? It is a blue admiral butterfly, is what I saw this morning. And it was freaking gorgeous. I loved it. Yeah, blue admiral. So, so pretty. So it doesn't have the little whoop of the swallowtail, but that's okay. I love it anyways. Oh yeah, you can see the screen just a little bit. Yeah. But that was real nice this morning. 41 times in 60 years. Wow, that's a lot of moving. You've had all this practice moving, now you're getting settled in. Oh, this feels awkward to do at that angle, so I'm just going to turn her. And see if zooming in. I don't know why I have Santa Baby stuck in my head, but here we are. And you shall suffer with me. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. So all these wires are so tangly and cumbersome, but it's a wonderful opportunity to just practice patience. And we'll get the hang of it. Oh, the dog's grunting at Randy. It's like 99 days or something like that till Christmas. Yeah, well, I do love Christmas time. I love getting to go and visit our friends and family, and I think I miss them, and that's why I sing Christmas songs. There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna keep that going. Ooh, Hawk asks, are you going to add skinniest to the 4 holes in the wings? I don't know what you mean by that. Hey, Saki girl. Oh, I didn't see you come in. But no, that makes it, you've reminded me, Earth and Hydro, that we moved anywhere from 1 to every 3 years. That's the longest I got to live anywhere as a kid, was 3 years. But Randy and I have been pretty settled since moving to Missouri, though. We still travel a lot, but it's nice to not have to restart my garden every couple of years. Oh, I don't know. I was thinking about putting like a little drop of iridescent color capped with a tiny glob of like UV resin. Oh, and it's like we lived in tents for a while. That was the easiest move because you didn't have very much stuff, but we were wealthy in other ways. Just checking the symmetry before. I like to weave a little, check, weave a little, check. Oh, they snagged on my desk. Weave a little, check. Weave a little, check a little, weave a little, check a little, doot, doot, doot. Weave a little, check a little more. Doodle, 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 doodle. Earth says, same. I was 3 weeks homeless in a tent thanks to an ex taking everything I owned. Oh my gosh. I lived by a busy path and river. Very scary. Wow. I was a woman on of 20. Yeah. No, we just we just lived at a nudist camp for about a year. But it worked out. Oh, really, Rainbow? I bet it's kind of like somebody keeps flipping the channels. Yeah. Well, my parents were, my mom was a hippie and my dad was a nerd. He was a computer programmer back before anybody thought that that was a reasonable sort of job to have. He just liked doing it. But he got real sick and we pretty much lost everything, but it's okay. I feel very lucky to live in the house that I live in now. It was built in 1905 and it is a mega super duper fixer upper. But it's a far cry from a tent. Oh, don't be sorry. I loved it. I was too young and naive to know that that just wasn't how life is, you know? I'm gonna have to use a ruler because I am not doing so well at eyeballing this. So I'm measuring from our last coil. All right, so that's like exactly 2 centimeters. Oh, see, and it doesn't look even at all, though, does it? There's so many. I'm gonna count. Can you count with me? Zoom in mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Am I doing it right? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Oh, one more stitch. Let's count it and see. Did I count on the? I counted on the bottom. So there's 1. Well, whenever first off, I need to stop on the same side that I stopped on. There we go. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we're going to go, that's going to be 16. Then I put my thumb over it, not to hide it from your view maliciously, but it just helps me to hold the tension. If I put my finger on it, then I can let it go with the tension with my other hand, and it's still. So I lost count. I think that's 17. And 18 and 19. Godric says, girl, what kind of medieval torture device are you making? It's called fashion, but medieval torture device is accurate probably as well. It's just a little circlet that's going to go on like a forehead of like a human cranium. But I bet it looked good on like doggies and horses and stuff too, so. Headband, I forgot what she calls it. Oh, a circlet. Wrong, not holding tension with this weave. I'm gonna be honest, pinning it to something to be it is nice. This is so nice, and I can't believe I haven't done this before. I don't know if I'll always do this on pendants and things, but just the fact that I have, like, let me zoom out for you. Just this is not representative of, there's so much like wire. Like here's the end of this wire. There's this whole wire over here. Very, very long. Keep trying to take my eyes out wires. And so just having something that I can just brace against, this has helped me to really relax through my neck and shoulders and arms and everything. Hog says your hands look like mine. We could both see them. You what? Well, we've got good looking hands then, Hawk, because these are working hands. Looks like a saw trap to me. Oh no. Well, now I'm all self conscious of my fingies. Well, hey, Ember, what's up? Hmm. Yeah, that's kind of as good as it gets. Oh, we do custom work. I can make some chastity belts. I don't know if they'll actually be functional, but they'll be cute. Oh, heck. I'll ask count again. Um, well, I just feel lucky that my hands aren't bleeding today. So, hey, how are you doing, Melisandre? This would be super cute, for a chastity belt. I need a much bigger chastity belt. Oh no. Weedooz, it says apparently the chat settings are automatically on top instead of all. Hmm. Oh, I'm doing really well today. Let me finish up and then we'll get to counting again. Watching you fun. I have to focus more here and can't look away. Okay. Well, don't let me be too much of a distraction. Bring 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, heck. All right, get ready to be traumatized by my lack of a manicure. It's not that bad. I'm just stained from the dirt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So last one. 20. Well, awesome. That went by so much faster with the Y'all's Company. I'm going to be honest, because I was having such a hard time getting focused this morning. I was lollygagging, watching all sorts of like YouTube shorts and stuff. Uh-oh. See, this is where I messed up. It's not irredeemable. It's just horrible. My super precise and accurate. That's about a centimeter, and I feel like this one's too wide by like a millimeter. It'll be fine. I sat here with her all afternoon yesterday and loved my Von time. Oh, well, I hope you're able to be a little productive today, too. I think we're going to have to uncork this, potentially. I don't know. We'll see. Randy is working on... Is it really? Oh, that's fantastic. I still didn't get my spinach in the ground, but it is coming down, isn't it? Hey, honey? Huh? Could you check the back bathroom window and make sure the rain's not coming in? Yeah. Thank you. Oh boy, that should be topping off all of our rain barrels. Randy is working on checking to make sure that no water's coming in from outside, but once he's done with that, I think he's still working on getting this week's shop update uploaded to the website for us, which we are adding a whole bunch. These are just some examples that I kept for myself. You all know I always give you all the nicest ones, but these are some of the labradorites that I've added a groove to, but I want to get them wrapped for our upcoming vending event at the Moth Market in Springfield, Missouri. Like, I'm going to be honest, and I have no reason, there's nothing that has, there's no logical reason why I should feel this way, but I am bracing myself for it being a complete and total bust. Like, the whole, like, the event, like, I'm bracing myself for not selling a literal single thing, but I'm preparing as though we could make $1 million there, if that makes sense. Methinks I need to find a head cork. I would love to make some circlets. Now I'm gonna be honest, I've made circlets in the past not using one of these. I think they're like wig heads. Let me see if I can find a link for you. From deep in the Amazon lurks Jeffrey Bezos. Let me see. Cork head for wigs. Oh yeah, because they're like, this one's $16. Now that's why that one's so much cheaper. I always make sure to make absolute sure that I am in fact getting a cork head and not one of just the like kind of duck cotton covered ones. So there's the link if it shows up. I don't think the links are clickable on mobile, but if you're on a computer, you can find that. But that's the kind of cork heads that I buy for this, as well as I use them as display in the booth. When they start to look a little bit grungy from use and time, I just put a pair, like a black pantyhose, like stocking over them, and they make them look slightly less jank. Ooh, lamb, this is going to be a circlet, but it could be worn as a necklace as well. All right. So now what do we do? But I love the labradorite on that piece, you guys. Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm so happy it's raining. Maybe my zinnias and marigolds will still pull through. I was hoping for a nice fall display. But it has been so dry. Like, I don't even know what to do with myself and my poor garden. All right. This is going to be tricky, but we can do it. So I want to encourage this 18 gauge wire like around without getting tangled on the TV or tripods too much. And just doing like a little bit of vining. And so now to repeat that on the other side, I rely very heavily on pinpoints in the piece, so like having the beads be in the same spot, because then that gives me, I get to shape, I want this arch to come up and over it, and then I'm going to continue flowing around. I'm not just going to fold it up. I want to continue flowing this wire around because that's going to help us in our final shaping, but I want it to be to the other side of this bead, if that makes sense. This is a good, genuine rain. That's fantastic. Oh, that makes me so happy. We've had such little rain here. Ah, excellent earth. And they're perfect. They're what I style wigs on. They're what I sculpt our dragon heads on. And they are now what I wrap our circlets on as well. Though I do think I'm going to go ahead and unpin this just to get it in my hands. Yes. Oh, the clamps are so handy. I'm going to put these T-pins. Did I just hear thunder? It could be just the stray cats on the porch too, though. So that's how that's looking, just like so. And now I think I'd like to thread, you know what? This is going right back on the cork head. I cannot even. And it's because with all these wires, it won't sit down flat, so it just like crawls across my desk onto the floor. Whoop, there's that one. They say it'll rain here in Spain on Sunday. Oh. Well, I hope we all get just enough rain, because sometimes we get flooded out here, and that's no fun. But hopefully we'll all get just enough rain. All right. So I'm going to take another one of these 4mm silver beads. And also, I just want to say, if there's any questions that y'all have that are like crafty related or anything like that, if there's any way that I can be helpful to you, that just makes my day. Like, my dream live stream is just getting to answer questions all day. And it does not have to necessarily be directly related to what I'm doing right here in the stream either. And so now I'm bringing this around, and now I do want to take this. I'm holding from the back with my finger, and I'm going to press straight up with my thumb. And just tucking that back off to the side. And now we're going to come around over here. I'm off screen, but I'm just trying to get this bead, there we go, onto the end of our 16 gauge wire. And if anybody watching this is unfamiliar, we have a whole channel called Back to Earth Creations where I post tutorials. So condensed versions of this channel's live streams, as well as we have a full catalog of over 1,000 free tutorials on wire wrapping, chainmail, resin pouring, polymer clay, glass fusing, all sorts of leatherworking, and we post new tutorials every week. Okay, so I feel less confident in my ability to control where I'm bending on this side. So I'm just going to come in with my flat nose pliers to hold, and I'm going to do what I call a little training bend. So it's just a little bit of a bend in that wire. But now I feel like I can close that so I don't spill it as I spill some other pile of beads. But now we can bring this around. It's a way for certain. And we'll just get that bent. And I like to check and see, for symmetry's sake, like on the gaps. This gap is bigger than that gap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press my fingernail in against that wire, and I'm going to cinch just a little bit. Think she'll do this when I was younger. I didn't look it for my grandmother. Thought it was easy. I'm just letting you know how hard it actually is. This is plenty hard. How are you doing today, Leslie? So yeah, and you can see I've kind of not chewed up, but we'll just straighten that wire out. And then I like to use my favorite nylon jaw pliers to just straighten it out a little more. I'm going to do that to both sides. So we could bring this wire in to loop around right there, but I don't know if I'm ready for that. So I think what we might do is bring this quite far back, and then I'm just going to thread, there's a little gap right there. And this is the kind of vining, I like to let the piece grow on itself, the way that a Morning Glory vine might tangle and twist over and back in on itself. Okay, but before I do that, I'm going to pull it back out. I need to lock this wrap down. And I'm going to do that by being wandering out of frame. There we go. Just shaping that around like that. and doing that wrap is going to help us to establish and maintain spacing. So we're just going to pull that through. And I want it to look nice and, flowing if I can. So I like to give it just a little more space. Ooh, and then I'm gonna come behind this wire and on top of the other one. So like that. Do you see how that's all kind of trying to wander away on us? I'll just put my finger in there to give it something to guide around. Ooh, don't get yourself in the eyeballs. Oh, I love that. Anything lunar, I do enjoy, typically. So at this point in the wrap, I'm very, very pleased that I am using 18 gauge for this instead of 16 gauge. And that just gives it just a little bit of a slightly more intricate knot work, or entangling. And then I'm just gonna thread through right there in between those two wires. This is copper core wire from parawire.com. And then, so let me grab, this is what I'm working with. Boo, 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 wiggle, wiggle. Boo, 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 wiggle, wiggle. So it's copper core that's been silver plated and then covered with the whatever enamel it is, or I don't know what it is, if it's an enamel or something else, but I call it enameled. That keeps it from being like, it won't tarnish. It's very durable. I haven't had any problems with it rubbing off and stuff, at least not like where we have had rub off problems is on, this is sterling silver, but on some of the finger rings, that part of the band, after a while of daily wear, it eventually wears through. But that's, I mean, for customers who were admittedly washing their hands with their rings on and like wearing them like every day. And I was like, well, it was a $5 ring. I think we all are still happy. So, okay, let's zoom out. I'm gonna bring her back up and around. Okay. Yeah, sometimes I'll use the 18 gauge or 16 gauge aluminum wire, like the On a Bead or On a Wire that they sell, I think at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. But I'll use the 16 gauge copper, enameled copper, for the core, and then I'll wrap the aluminum very, very close and snug to it. And then I always make sure to do at least a little bit of hammering, but I don't like to use thinner than their 16 gauge. Just because it is perfect for armatures. I really do feel like for every tool, for every material, there's an ideal craft and purpose. It's just not everything is perfect for every project. Okay, so now we're going to be entering in through that little gap. We're going to bring that down. And I do want that to be like nice and like rounded, Oh. We're just going to drink this coffee and get it out of here. So there'll be one less thing on my desk to get tangled on. And then we'll come round. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Earth. Says, I'm learning loads from this community and you. I am so, so pleased to hear that. It's fun to learn new things, I think. Okay, so we're going to bring this around underneath this wire on top of that one. Same as before, just upside down. And sometimes you gotta pull it back into place and encourage all of it along. Oh, Earth says I love learning, never stop learning. Oh, I hope I never do. Okay, so then we're gonna bring that around just tight down into a little loop, boop, like that. And then we're gonna sneak around from behind and come in between, bonk, bonk, right there. And again, just kind of encouraging that wire up. Because what's tricky here, I'm looking at this, and on this side, it's to the outside of the bead. So on this side, I want it to be outside of the bead. But I also want it to have the same... Ah, okay, that's where I've got it backwards. I was narrow on this end and wider at this one. That changed to nothing. Oh well. Oh, y'all are so kind. And then confused Oonga Boonga. What is happening here? Okay. So, and then we're gonna wrap and come down like that. And it's not gonna look exactly the same on either side. Quite frankly, if you want something perfect, have an AI and a 3D printer do it. I want something that has all the flaws and character of human hands. Dirty, scarred human hands. Okay. And now, I kind of want to put another gemstone on here. Let me look for my stash. Because I've got these two very similar. They're a little different in thickness, which throws me off. But other than that, those are two pretty similar labradorites. But the size is a little off too. So let me see if I've got any that are the same size as each other. Oof. These are close. Those are probably the closest that I have. Bah humbug. Unless... no. Oh my god. These two are the same size. But... I've got a blue and a gold flash. Bah. Do you think that's acceptable? What do you think, you guys? I think it's perfectly freaking acceptable. We're doing it. Alright, so I'm taking all the pins out again. Place your bets on if I immediately just put it back on the cork. Okay, so this has me thinking, I wonder if I can... So these, I've added that lapidary groove to here on the side. Then we have this 26 gauge wire coming off in this direction. It makes me wonder if I can come and just inlay like that. So it's holding around onto the wire. And then Barbie asks, is this butterfly part of the crafter's kit, or did I imagine that? If not, are they available for purchase? They are in the craft along kit. I had gotten them in like a bulk order from, I don't know if it was Fire Mountain Gems or what, but ages ago. And I figured I'm not producing jewelry the way that I used to, so I'd just kind of liquidate that aspect of my craft supply. Oh, Malanta, y'all. Look at that. Oh. Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I am feeling so creative and just tickled absolutely pink at what we've got going on here. And then I've just squished it down. So this alone is not enough to stay. So what we're going to do, can you hear all that? All these wires everywhere. It makes me insane. Give me 30 seconds to clean up just a few things on this work surface. We're going to pick up this wire. We're going to put it on the shelf. And in fact, I'm going to make everybody seasick. And we're going to do this together. Because sometimes body doubling is what it takes to get things done. Oh, they're on the pegboard. Coming down this way. I'm not going to put this one away because that's what I'm using. And then we'll pick up this one. Oh, 22 gauge. So it goes over here. Here's our 20 gauge. So 22 gauge goes. So satisfying. And then here's the coffee mug. I'm going to set it here because I'm a baby. All right, these chainmail rings I'm not using right this second, so they're going to go up on this shelf. What do you guys think of this? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you seasick yet? So we're going to come down here. We're going to open that. And then we're going to put that bead in there. And then we're going to put this bead in here. This is how I needed help cleaning my room when I was a kid, you guys. Like, my mom had to sit there and literally make me clean my room. And it helped so much to have her there. It's like I couldn't do it without her there because I was like, I can't focus. Like, and I had to play with each of my toys and like say bye. This is a nightmare. I hate cords. So, anyways, I'm gonna close that drawer that was open for no reasons. I don't think we're gonna be needing any more of this. I'm gonna come over here. I gotta open that. There we go. This is, oh, that's the bag that that wire was supposed to go into. Okay. Gonna try to do this one-handed. I gotta set you down, guys. All right. That's in its bag now. I like that because then you don't get like rolls getting tangled up in each other. But I'm really bad about losing the bags. So this is still so much that needs cleaned. Oh well, it's a little bit better than what it was, and that's a perfect start. All right. Now that I've run everybody off with seasickness. All right, so I'm going to pull off an arm span because I have no idea how much I'm going to need, but that's about 5 feet of our 26 gauge wire. All right. So that was the other one. So on this long wire that comes down, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, squish, smoosh, and I'm going to bring this tail of the wire down just a little more. 7, 8, 9, and I'm going to have to use some pliers because when flesh versus metal, metal wins. Squish, smush, oh yeah, that'll get it done. And I like to do, let's do 12 wraps, just a nice solid number. I'm doing these wraps because I don't want to be, like if I pull on this, you can see it unraveling. Like it'll pull off. So the more coils we do, the more little bit of tension we'll have. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to run it all the way up our wire. Well, as far as I can, I guess. Ooh, I know how I want to do this. Okay. So I've wrapped it on there. I'm now going to pull it off and flip it and feed it back through. That way, do you see how the tail of our wire is on the left now instead of the right? Oh, hey, Big A. Big A says, hey, I make models and jewelry. Thanks for showing us your skills and knowledge. Dude, anytime. Thank you for popping by and saying hi. Okay. Oh, it's a tangled mess. All right. But now from here, I am going to be traveling towards myself. And now this cabochon has a groove in it, and that's what this wire is going to settle into. So I'm just encouraging that wire down if I can into the groove so that I'm about to get that cork head back out. Okay, yeah, pushing that wire. You okay, babe? Finished. Ooh, right on. Y'all, you are the first to know. We have just added the groovy cabochons are live on the website. And if you use coupon code HAPPYCRAFTER, you'll get 10% off your order. So, do you see how that wraps around now? We've got tension from both sides. And I'm just going to wrap. We want it, it's very important that the wire stays in the groove because as we get tension on, that's going to be what's holding it in place. Yeah. We're going to pin this back on the head. And just like that, the rain is gone. It's coming your way, Hawk. I do believe. I like doing the pins at an angle if I can. It holds everything in just a little tighter, I think. Yes. Except for now it's not centered. Oh well. And this is called choosing our battles. Right? I'm like, the more rain we get, the more likely we are to be able to have a campfire at the camp along. And I decided I am going to be bringing my guitar. I know I'm going to, if we can fit it, as Randy says. There's 5, and then 6. Yep, cork head is the way to go, because I can just, it gives me some place to rest my hand. I stay in frame, at least so far. And it just, oh, I just like it. It's my new favorite way. And so now, do I want... I mean, that's really going to loosen the wire on our thing here. But I'm going to show you how I'm going to cinch that down. Do I want to go like this, like real tight? Or do we want to put like a gemstone there to maintain that tension? Let's do a gemstone. Oh, really? Well, cool. That means I hummed it well enough for it to be recognizable. I haven't learned the Gaelic words yet, but I gotta leave something for future Vaughn to learn. Ah, we need those lolly beads I put away. But the best part about putting my toys away is I now know where they are. You know, if I put my tools and things away, where they go. Oh, wow. Well, that's super cool. Yeah, I want to do a little bit of weaving before we start putting on beads. No, we're gonna do this number. This is gonna come around to the end. So you don't gotta know where you're, like, you don't have to know the whole roadmap between here and where you're going to get there. You just gotta start going. Now, it's super useful to know, like, a rough direction, you know, like that way-ish. You know, like I knew with this piece that I was going to make a circlet. And that really helps because, I mean, it's limited by it needs to fit on a human face, more or less. So that's a nice confining detail. Gives us a little bit of structure to function within. But you just got to get going. Down from the dome where it began, now far ahead the road has gone. Freaking wire. There we go. But I must follow if I can. Dun, 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 dun. I must follow if I can. Irish language chorus, a style known as macaronic, translates to "Go, my love," or variants, "Suil, Suil, Suil, Yeah, I don't know the words. I know the noises, but I don't know the words. So it's just gibberish that kind of sounds like, you know. But I am delighted in my ignorance. I'm still having fun. Ooh. Soon as I get it's good day to my room inside. I dyed my petticoats, I dyed them red. Around the world I'll beg my bread, until my family shall wish me dead. It's good day to my room inside. But yeah, like the non-English words, I'm like, that's gibberish. But I'm still happy. All right. Okay. And I've realized I could have been doing it like this the whole time. Okay. All right, on. Well, that's cool. Whoop. Oh, I didn't just ruin it, but I just messed up the line of it, which is okay. Not the end of the world. I'm gonna get this wire out of the way. Oh, Happy Crafter, HAPPYCRAFTER. There are no spaces, no punctuations, no capitalization or anything like that. Oh, well, I do have to say, I agree with you tremendously, Earth. I feel very blessed for the people who hang out with us. Which, by the way, I want to thank everybody who has subscribed. We have already, as new as this channel is, we've already hit 1,000 subscribers, which it blows my mind. So, thank you guys for being here. We literally wouldn't be what we are without you. Earth says you should have more than 1K. Oh, well, thank you. Well, I'm gonna be honest, and this is gonna sound a lot like complaining, but I'm not. It's just gonna sound like it. Over on our main channel, we have like 230 some odd thousand subscribers, but I don't know what's going on with our YouTube channel, but like we're lucky if we get 500 views on a video. That's not a short. And so I don't know, man, because it just feels like, we've got like 500 new subscribers every month, is our average, which I think is pretty good. But, I don't think YouTube's notifying people that we're posting new videos. And so that's why we went ahead and we made this Craft Along with Vaughn channel, where we're just going to be hosting like our live streams that are non-scheduled. Like I'm still putting the same, for lack of a better term, life support into our main channel, but like we can't rely on it for income anymore. That's how bad it's dipped. And then this channel's not even monetized. So yeah. So I don't know what it is. No, I'm not kidding at all. And it's been devastating to our income, because so much of it was, we relied very heavily on people enjoying our tutorials as they seemed to. I found YouTube has changed. It's about views now, not subs. Dude, I don't even know anymore. Stephen King says, oh, hey, Stephen King. Subscribers not turning on notifications. It must be something, but it just, it hurts my little workaholic heart. And I was like, suffering's, what is it they say? Suffering is the sign of, I don't know, something, insert Buddhist wisdom here. So I completely dislodged that wire. So I think I need to rewrap this section to make that tight. So I'm just going to undo this. Yeah, we came I coiled too greedily and too deep. So I wanted a fresh start. I was having a hard time, being on that channel with, feeling like I didn't want to deviate from our being consistent with what we were doing over there because, any kind of, oh, bye, Laura, have a great rest of your day, and a haircut. Ooh, that's fun. But, what were we saying? But yeah, so there we go. That's settling down into the groove. Yep. And then, but yeah, new channel, fresh start, clean slate, more or less, At least for me, it's probably all in my head, but I'm very susceptible to that placebo effect. And it really makes me feel very optimistic and like, at least I haven't been, I don't know, shadow banned or something for posting shorts instead of full length videos, or it's like I don't even know what I need to do to make the algorithm happy. It just feels like it's in a very one-sided, non-beneficial relationship with YouTube right now. So just doing it more or less, being here wire wrapping with y'all for fun today, which I have to say is a lot more fun than doing it for work. So now I'm coming through and splicing it in. That feels much better. I think I'll add in some more wire, like right here with like maybe some other beads and things. Hey Bodega says, hey Vaughn, can't stay, but I wanted to pop in for a moment while I had a break from chores. Keep up the great work and happy crafting. Well, thank you so much. You have a great day. But I'm very excited to be vending more again because I miss being around people in the wild. I love getting to hang out and chat though, but it still gets pretty lonely. You know, it's nice to get to hear other people's voices too. And so I'm very, very excited and looking forward to the camp along. And then our next vending event, which is the Moth Market in Springfield, Missouri. I think that's very cool. This right here. And I love it a whole bunch. Like a whole bunch. Oh, heck. But now we get to try to do it on the other side. And the thing is I can't just immediately apply what I learned on this side. I have to try to replicate it to get it to match. Boo. Oh, Amy, hey, amazing Amy says, I had the hardest time trying to find your make it on a quarter vlog. It kept showing me crafts with actual quarters. Ooh, well, did they have any cool crafts that use quarters? But yeah, I posted another video on our homestead vlog today too. It was just a short, it was some older footage of just slow motion water on a leaf. Like, I like that kind of stuff. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I figured at the very least, I want to enjoy the content on my on my channels, and it makes me very happy. And I got to record a little segment on the guitar to go along with that video, which was a lot of fun. Doing stuff like that, it tricks me into being creative and having fun. So, oh, super durable though. Thank goodness. So there's that groove. So I just want to slide this in. It's almost like tongue and groove flooring in a way, but jewelry. No, I want to wrap it this way. Do y'all experience this, that whenever you figure 8, like this one's coming from above and it comes around and then under, I feel like I'm able to cinch with better tension than just doing, I don't know, the other way. Hawk says, I can relate to the lonely. I am working to my next event at the end of October, then going to the recording studio. Oh, that is so cool, though. I hope your event goes well. 2. I think we're going to turn this, and we're going to layer down. Let me adjust the camera. Whoop. Does the tripod, I promise. And I'm going to plug my phone in, because that's what I'm streaming from, and I don't want its battery to die. So there's 3. There's 4. And there's 5. We're going to go to 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I don't want this one going past this wire on this side, just because that's not how it was on the other side, and we're trying to get it to match. So things are a little precarious, like they're not as locked down as I'd like them to be, but we're not done yet, so you got to trust the process. I'm like so self-conscious that y'all can hear me chugging water back here. I'm so dehydrated. So there's 10. Let's go ahead to 15, maybe. 3, 4, 5. I'm going to move this long wire. A long time ago, in a galaxy far away. No, I'm going to move that long wire over yonder. And then I'm going to do another 5-foot section of our 26 gauge. I'm just going to... All these labs are making me nervous because I don't want to knock them on the floor and risk, cracking the tip off of one of the marquees. But I'm also a little mess gremlin. So I'm just going to scooch him. Hey, Michelle, how's it going? So I'm bringing it all looped around. So this wire and this wire are the same one. They just go off screen. And we're going to do... I am going to do it a little different from the other side. I'm going to have that coiling that we had done go much farther. No, I should do it the same for symmetry's sake. Okay, you've convinced me. So now we've done that. I'm going to... Ooh, I need to smush that pokey end just a little better. And then we're going to slide that off, flip it over, and wiggle. Whoop, there we go. And then just traveling it along the wire. Idle droids are broken. Okay, and now we're just bringing that around. I want this to be settled into the groove. There we go. It almost clicks into place. That's wild. And now moving that wire kind of out of the way. Yeah, this one we had decided, hadn't we? It was going to just be nice and snug. Ooh, Michelle says going good. Got a bunch of stuff done today. Nice. That's always nice. Whoop. Uh-oh, it slipped out of the groove. Okay. Which that leads me to my next thing. I should, let me see if I can squeeze this down and cinch it in simultaneously without just like chewing through our wire. So I'm just gripping and cinching in the hopes of shortening this little bit of wire right there. If y'all find this video helpful, like I know it's a live stream, but if you're getting something out of it, you are invited to tickle the like button. And also, if you're in any of like the Facebook groups or anything like that for like wire wrapping tutorials, if you think anything that we're talking about and doing here might be helpful to some of your other crafty friends, I'd love if y'all let them know that these live streams were a thing. Because I have a lot of fun getting to teach and stuff. And sometimes it's hard just getting out there. Alright, so I don't feel nearly so stable in this one. Like, do you see? It just literally just pops out. Does it do that on the other one as well? No, that one's in there. What did I do differently, I wonder? Now this slipped quite a bit. Alright, let's zoom back out and figure out what it was that we had done. I'm not going to say wrong because that like sends me off into this whole like failure spiral. But clearly something has gone awry. But that's okay. I'm going to start by undoing these coils to get this wire up out the way. And any of those little crunchy bits, we can just take it and flump. Oh, I appreciate you, Hop. She says, I tell every crafter I know about your tutorials. Well, thank you. Yeah, this one's super loose. Okay. Now I know where the problem is. So I'm going to push that back that way. And then I'm going to keep trying to cinch here. You shared on my Facebook page to come join that you're live right now. Oh, thank you, Michelle. You're the greatest. You really are. But also, this is something that's just come to me, truly. Maybe this is the perfect time for there to be a lull in my being a teacher so that I can focus more on being a student. You know? Sometimes we have to let go of what was most important to make room for what will be. And I'm definitely feeling called to learning new things. Like all sorts of new things. Like I'm really reapplying myself to my belly dance practice and getting so inspired and feeling so creative, like more than I have in a long time, I think. I mean, as far as wire wrapping goes, I really enjoyed doing all those dragon heads. That was a wonderful flow state session for like 2 months, trying to figure all that out. You know, it kind of seems like that top wire is all we need, but I don't trust it, so we're going to push that wire all the way back again. When the teacher is ready, the student will come. When the student is ready, the teacher will come. Oh, I love that. And I think you're right, too, truly. The bottom is going across the top. So this is the bottom, this is the top, it's going across. Just getting that wire settled into the groove. You know, I am going to do it. I'm going to let it evolve. It doesn't have to be perfectly symmetrical. Okay, trying to not make a mess. There we go. I'm just getting this kind of whip stitched to the frame just to maintain the tension from this side, like where it's pulling over here. So the student becomes the teacher, then the teacher becomes the student, always learning for each other, never ending. Oh, I love that. And I think I was trying to force myself to stay in teacher mode longer than I needed to, which is okay. It's part of learning. Sometimes emotionally and mentally painful, but I hope you'll start earlier on making your dragon heads for next year. We are starting, actually, technically, we've already started. We've got 2 heads. Oop. Well, apparently that wasn't a good idea. Retro. Okay. We've got casts going already for the how we make this the bone, like bone. The expanded foam is what we consider the bone base. That we then sculpt over, so it's almost like the taxidermy form. This one's giving me so much trouble. That's okay. I'm going to undo this stitch again and get that first one back in place. And this wire's a little chewed up now, so I'm just going to snip it here. But I think we've exceeded the shelf life of the Foamit product that we're using, because we keep track. We do 150 of part A or B or whatever part it is. I don't know. The instructions on the thing, we've got it written down. Thank goodness. But we did the same proportion as what we have in the past. And it's 150 of part A and 75 of part B. And it didn't even fill, like, I don't know if it filled to like halfway even in the casts. So we can still use it, but we're having to use twice as much product because it's not as fresh. But we're still going to use it up before ordering more, just because that's how we operate. There we go. That should be nice and tight. And now we try again. Coming all the way to that end. What a tangled mess. A tangled web is woven, but we'll sort it out. What? Earth says, I had a dream you made breastplates for medieval shows and reenactments. You sold well. For horses or for humans? Because I should totally do both of those. Humans. Well, that's pretty freaking cool. So I'm just bringing it around, grabbing and coiling. I don't know if that actually works. It seems to. Alright. I need to order a fly screen mask for a horse so that I can beat it. I've had it on my mind for a while. That would be so cool, Hawk. Alright, we're tangled. Oof, my tailbone. Alright, we're gonna get the desk up to standing. Oop, oop. Let's go back down just a little. There we go. All right. So now I'm going to bring this. Do what, honey? After the stream. Is that all right? In fact, I can do it right now. Give me just a moment, y'all. I need to post to our Back to Earth Creations channel members. They get first dibs on the shop updates, so I gotta go ahead and get that. So yeah, I'm just gonna make a quick post. Oh, this is gonna take just a sec, y'all. Hawk says I will. I'll have to be after the first of the year as I need to finish orders. Man, that's awesome to be that busy with orders. I'll be right back with y'all. There we go. All right, honey, I took care of that. Yeah, baby. Typing ASMR? Dude, I will do whatever pays bills. I will eat cucumbers in your ear. Or something. All right, on Rainbow. Let's get the camera situated. Hey, baby. Could I ask you when you have a minute to refill my water for me? Here you go. It is so heavy. All right. Maybe I'll be able to do it from this angle. So I've been having such a heck of a time. Well, hey, Cindy, how's it going? No, I've already had my afternoon cup of coffee, so it's just water for me now. All right. So just coming around. Just wrapping some real fine wrapping here, folks. Like, as in just super fine details, one stitch at a time. I'm not really able to rush through this part, but I think that's okay. Oh, I don't have any little... Wiki. What you doing, babe?
Some rough and wrap.
Oh, I see.
You're
Thank,
slacking.
thank you. Oh, all right. I've been trying to drink a gallon of water a day, and I've not even hit. It's 4 in the afternoon, and I've not even hit half a gallon yet today. So I'm gonna be busy for the rest of the afternoon, just trying to drink some friggin' water. Oh, Cindy says, good. How is everything in your neck of the woods? It's a beautiful day here today. We got like a load of rain dumped on us, and that's perfect because it's been a minute. Um, and we're just wire wrapping up a storm on this butterfly. I don't know if you saw yesterday, but we've got this little butterfly swoop circlet coming along pretty nicely, hopefully. But yeah, I have some wee bitty, like little sparkly, but I think these are actually too big for right here. So what I was thinking we would end up needing to do, yeah, these are too big to fit in there. I think what I'm gonna do right? Well, let me see. Do I have? Oh, these aren't quite what I was thinking. But even these are a little too big. But they're a nice little opalite color. That's nice. So what I was thinking I might do is take like maybe this color shift. Just because I love that color. And I think it goes with the labradorite pretty well. Two gallons? Wow. Oh, no. I just drink 1 gallon a day. I'm sorry if I said two. Oh, Hawk's on her 2nd gallon. Holy mackerel. Well, I mean, different things are going to work for different folks, too. Like, I know I drink way more water when I'm outside sweating than what I do just in the house. I saw that. I only think of myself. I'm sorry. So now I'm just going to get a little bit of this in like a drop. Boop. Like that. But even that is almost too much. But I'm just letting the surface tension of it. Boop. See, that's more like what I was thinking. I don't want it domed up quite so much. So maybe I can pick up some out of that one and redeposit it over here. Mmm. Stinky, stinky nail polish. Because I certainly don't want it to drip, you know? Oof, this is potent stuff. Oh, and there's another one right here that we want to get just a little bit of that pigment down and in. Just wiping the excess off the surface. And then once that is completely dry, I will take some UV resin and dome in the little spots. Oh, well, thank you, you guys. Well, I'm glad y'all liked that. And that's what to do if you don't have the cute little rhinestones to perfectly set. into your butterfly. But what's really going to make it look like something is when we do the UV resin. Because that's going to make it look like a domed little, like, dewdrop cabochon. All right. What in the heck are we doing? Okay. So we're over here. Gotcha, Cindy. Oh, goodness. Okay, and now I'm tired of this wiggling around so much, so I'm actually going to put a pin through right here on both sides. It's just keeping, it's one less thing to have to struggle against, and I will take that every single chance that I get. I freaking love this so much. Oh my gosh. Like, oh my gosh. Wow. So do y'all want this zoomed out like this, or do you want it zoomed in on the fine detail of what we're working on? Barbie, these are T-pins. They're like quilting T-pins. I love them. They came with the cork heads, but I've bought them on their own individually as well. And I love them for just pinning something in and it's staying, and it's easy enough to get it, you know, like removed. Like it's not like a ball pin. And I always get the stainless steel ones, just so that they're not dinky and not bending on me. Yeah, the cork head, this is a game changer that I've literally discovered today. So, and really there's not much of a difference between how this is draped on the cork head for a forehead versus how it would sit like for a neck. Like, you know what I mean? Like we can do some of that final shaping at the end. I got it on Amazon. Let me see if I still have it copy pasted, Rainbow. And yeah, there it is. That's the link, the Amazon link, which if y'all purchase through that link, it does support our business without it costing anything additional to y'all. But it's really just a starting point for shopping. So no pressure. But, and I liked this one because it comes with a stand that you can clamp to, like you can put it up kind of the end of a tripod. Okay, so that came around to like a figure 8 type situation. All right. Sorry, I realized I went out of frame for a sec there, but it was just to torment you. Bringing this around. I really want this like nice and tight. So just gonna try to get this cinched. All right, on. Well, hey Jane, how's it going? How are you doing today, Peace Wolf? It looks really good so far. Oh, thank you. I'm very excited for this piece. And so I'm just, you can see right here, these wires are going in the same direction because they'd both be crossing over. That's what's making what I'm doing with the splicing possible. Because I am just coming in between each of the coils. If I were to do this with 2 different colored wires, it would give it a like striped effect. And you can see right there how there's that little bump. that means I skipped one ahead when I shouldn't have. And that's just how it's going. Oh, right on. Michelle says I have a couple of those foam heads like that. You know, and I forgot about the foam heads. Those would totally work for this too. I don't know if they would last as long, but, you know, pros and cons to everything, you know. Cindy says labradorite is one of my favorites, and I love that you work it a lot. I've never met a labradorite I didn't love. So, all right on, Rainbow. But I'm glad that you're glad. Okay, but then I'm going to keep coiling this way with our short wire because I want to get that. How far did we do it on this side? Okay. So this is our shorter 26 gauge wire. This is an odd angle, but that's all right. You know, I wonder, can I do these simultaneously and save myself the work of having to splice? Ow. Just splicing around. Ooh, right on. A labradorite puffy heart, because it's kind of big. What if you incorporated it into like a sculptural piece, like a wall hanging, or... Because I find labradorite, I prefer the sun hitting it more than I prefer the sun going through it, just to show off its flash, depending on the stone. Okay, so I'm going to want to wrap these around both at the same time without crossing them is the tricky part. I'm going to move this 18 gauge wire kind of around and out of the way. So I kind of want to do more wire wrapped home decor pieces, so like candle holders and like bookends or like little sculpture like gemstone stands, specifically for stuff that, you know, it's a very nice rock, but it's a little too big to be a pendant, but you still want to do something with it. So we're just wrapping around. This seems to be working okay. Oh, and a sun catcher, that'll be cool. Okay, so I already think we're like way far past where we needed to be. Uh-oh. Let me zoom out. Because for one, this wire, our long wire on this side, stops right here. So I may have to backtrack. Ah, heck. No, I don't think I will backtrack. We're just gonna splice in the rest of the way down to the end here. Alright, still coiling. Two, three, 4, and 5. Let's go wish. And And we can go ahead and use the ruler, because why not? It's 25 millimeters. 25 millimeters, I'll take it. Hey, Brenda, how's it going? Okay, so I'm going to trim our shorty. Ooh, and then I want to take this. And I'm going to make a little, like, twisty ball, like stack. And then I'm going to hide it in this little cork bottle. If I can fit it. We might need to smush it. Okay, so we smushed it just a little. Hide that in there. So it just looks like miniature craft supplies. Okay. I mean, instead of throwing it in the trash or hoarding it. And so now I'm gonna tuck that little loose end. Let's get another wrap or two. I think we can spare that much. Deviation from perfect symmetry. This is so far from perfect symmetry, but I'm all right with that. The sooner I got all right with that, the sooner I was like a happy crafter. Hey, Valerie. Oh, Valerie says, hi, just got here. Why are you splicing the coil instead of just coiling it with a single wire? Because I was merging where we had a 26 gauge wire coming from on this side that like spliced around and came to here and then came down. And then I had added this segment that went around this stone and came back up to here and coiled. And then I joined it, and that way I can splice it. I wanted to maintain tension on this stone here because I'm using stones that I've cut a groove into the edge of, like this one here, if you can see. And so instead of having a drilled bead, I have a nice little labradorite cabochon, and that's how I've done all three of the labs on this piece, which it looks like our nail polish is drying beautifully, but it's not quite sunny enough outside I'll have to dig out a UV lamp. But then I got, the short wire was the one that I had started all the way back here and built out. And so now we have the long wire, which is the one that got added here on each side. Oof. All right, so now, Earth and Hydro says, how do you get a groove on the side of the stones? We use it's called a grinder tool that I got from delphiglass.com. We have a video for it, and it's got a little bit that's shaped kind of like a top hat that goes onto the groover, like the drive shaft, and then you press it. I did a short on the main YouTube channel today, on the Back to Earth Creations YouTube channel, where it shows the exact setup. In fact, I bet I can pull it up. That's the groover. So it's the little top hat bit, and I dip the sponge in the water because the uptake is not very effective, and it adds the groove, and then we did some editing and put in a wrapped one, but that's how I add the groove, is with one of those tools. So, bye, Hawk. Have a great rest of your day and happy beading. Oh, I love that, Daniel. It says, oh, that reminds me of the tiara Arwen wears for Aragorn's crowning ceremony in Return of the King. Yes, I love it. I don't know if she wore this much brass, as the butterfly, but that's okay. So we're going to be over here, and I'm going to bring our 18 gauge wire around this away. And I think I'm going to have it come a little bit of like braided, but not quite braided. So it's just going to come to there, and I'm going to wrap, because I don't want to come across right there because I feel like it would add like a layer of bulk, but maybe that would be just fine. I don't know, there's plenty of opportunity to build up more bulk on this one. So I'm just going to bring it a complete wrap, so that way that loop is completely wrapped all the way around. And then I'm excited about this part because I wonder how it's going to look. I don't know what I just threw on the floor. Okay, some wire. These are the beads that I'm using. They're lolly beads on Amazon. They're 6mm, 5, 4, 3, and 2.5mm bead set. I like them. Oh, hey, little sprite. Says, hello. Wow, I was in a meeting all afternoon, but coming in to see that, just wow. Ah! Well, I hope your meeting went well. So I'm going to open this up, and we're going to start. Oh, and this makes me so happy that we used the, I'm going to zoom out for you guys so that you can kind of see what's going on. Oh, Valerie says sweet. It's just gorgeous. Oh, thank you. And I love the groove. I'm trying to do that with my Fordham. This is so cool. Ooh, what's a Fordham? Fordham. What's that? Is that like a Dremel tool? Like a Fordham shaft? Oh, yeah. That's my favorite part about these lolly beads, you guys, is, oh my God, I would be so happy if they had antique copper tone Peace Wolf. Like, truly. They're teeny tiny, the smallest in the set still fits on an 18 gauge American wire gauge wire. Yeah, it can be tricky doing it freehand, but if there's a crafter, there's a way. 100%. Okay, so we have this coming up, and I don't want it set so far back. I want it a little bit more in line. So I'm going to bring that bead up and out of the way for a moment, but I'm going to grab right here, and I'm just going to bend just to put our wire in a position that is just like right there. And so now I'm only going to get out enough to do this one, because I know that if I prep the beads for the other side as well, I will end in misery because I'm just going to scatter them everywhere. Now, I did just have an idea that since I have an electroforming setup, I may be able to electroform, like electroplate these beads, but I don't know how well that would hold up. So I'm just prepping, and then I'll just use one of the 6mm. Okay, so we've got that bead on there. We're gonna do boop, 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 boop. Oh yeah. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, please fit. Oh, Maybe I'll try a different little one. Watch it be that's the only little one in the whole kit that fits an 18 gauge. Oh, curse and grumble. There we go. Ooh, that one's hard to get on there. That's okay. We'll make it work. Hee hee hee. Boop, honey. Randy's booping at me as well. And so now I'm holding that in place. And I'm slowly, one coil at a time, getting ourselves to where I want the coiling to line up with where our beads have ended. But yeah, this is a 2.5, 3 millimeter, 4, 5, and 6 millimeter bead. If you want to use gemstones, that's a beautiful gradient. I just love that feel of it. Just feels like a natural seed pod or something. Like I love the gradation of it. So close. There we go. And I want a little bit of a curve on it, just if we can, before bending to parallel. Because I want these 3 wires to be able to sit comfortably beside each other. And then we're going to go 2 wraps around both. And then I'm going to come through between these 2 wires, and I'm going to come around like this. 1. Oop, bumping the tripod. Oh, thank goodness I still have a whole bunch of wire. I know, because I'm tangled up in it. But that gives me more than enough to do this section. So let me zoom in so that you can hopefully really see what's going on here. Do you see how those first 2 are just around these 2 here? And then those 2 are around the top 2 wires. Hey driver, how are you doing today? And so I'm going to come between here. So there's 1 and 2. And then I'm going to come up between there. Hey, let's not spam emojis, okay? Ooh, Earth says, how do you know how much of the main circlet wire you need? I didn't know, so I pulled off 5 feet, like a whole arm span. So, I don't know. I was just, kind of winging it. There's 1, 2. And then 1, 2. Well, I figure I'd rather have way more wire than what I need than come up short and be limited by having been kind of stingy with myself. 2. And this is a really nice, stable weave. And I think this is going to be... Oh, I do love that. Look at that beautiful line of beads, y'all. But I think this is going to be what loops around that will put our elastic through. Though I may still end up having the circlet go a little farther. Rainbow says you will certainly find good use for the leftover wire, no doubts there. Oh, there's always a good use for some leftover wire. Well, thank you, Rainbow. It's high impact for low effort is what I feel like beads in a line like that is, because I just freaking love the way that it looks, but it filled up just as much space as this intricate weaving. Or, I mean, it could be more intricate, but like this, that's a lot of weaving in one spot that's challenging for me. So, from my perspective. Whereas this, bloop, it went on so fast. Earth says, how do you protect wire for an order? Do you use Renaissance wax or Protect Clear or other? Whenever I use bare copper or sterling silver, I'll polish and buff with Renaissance wax. But for the most part, I use enameled wire so that I don't have to worry about polishing or anything like that. Oops. I missed the wire. Yeah, it's a really great way to use up space. And I think it adds to it, you know? 1, 2, 1, 2, then 1, 2. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 repetitions on the bottom. Let's bring that up to 5 at the top as well. And now I'm going to finish it off with 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on this side. And I want a nice curve here. Just this line coming around, I want it to kind of swoop back up and then back onto itself, which is why we have so much more of this wire. Okay, I'm gonna bring the downside to my new rigorous belly dancing regimen, like for practice, is my whole freaking body hurts. So I keep swapping between, I'll stand till my left knee hurts, and then I'll sit until my tailbone hurts, and then I'll stand until my knee hurts. And it's a shorter time each time I get into a new position. It'll be, that much faster that I'll have to swap out positions again. But that's okay. Okay, so before I move on to the next step, let's go ahead and place a pin. Oh, that's actually what I'm using. Is I just came back down to a sitting position. Like, let me zoom out, and I'll turn the camera so that you can see. And then this is it coming up. And then I'm just going to bring it back down. But I can just click a button and then just be hands-free while, but yeah, this is... So it's very nice to be able to just stand or sit as needed. Oh, right on. Squatting's comfortable, but it's not feasible with this desk. But when I'm not streaming, yeah, I'll go over to the craft couch, or I'll lay on the floor, or all right on Jane. But yeah, so we've got the pin in it there now. And it's, honest to goodness, it's just to keep the whole stinking thing from driving me insane by just wire being everywhere. Hey Jan, how's it going? Okay, so what were we doing? We got around from the front to the back. Let me make sure that we're still actually in frame. I'm going to make sure that wire's nice and smooth and ready to go. So coming around. Oh, that looks good enough. And then we're going to do a wrap so that it's a full loop around right here. So wrapping down this way. And then I'm supporting this wire from the back. That way it doesn't cinch it around weird. Okay. And I'm going to have it come all the way to the front. That way I am so tangled. Does a spider ever get tangled in her own web? This one does. And it makes me feel like a silly little spider. Okay, so doing a nice sharp bend so that way the bead will come in and sit. Okay, so now let's see. In today's episode of Will It Fit, we are going to see if we can get, oh yeah, first one. Boom. Rainbow says, I've said it before, but I really appreciate and enjoy these craft-alongs on this channel with Yvonne and everyone in chat. Well, right back at you. And you can say that every time it crosses your mind. I love to hear it. Anything. I think that's what communication is for. Is letting us, sharing good vibes like that. And telling me to get back in frame. Boop. Boop. Down to the 4mm. Boop. Down to the 3mm. Boop. And now, let us see. Because some of them will fit, some of them will not fit. I wonder. That one, oh, it fit. Oh, that makes me so happy. I was about to give up on it too. And we just bring that around. Love it. Oh, I'd meant to do this step a little earlier. All right, so I'm gonna, oh heck. Yeah, I'm certainly gonna have to reinforce a little better this wire here. Because it is not holding the way I wanted it to. But that's okay. You got a link for those beads? Let me get you a link for those beads. Alrighty. Here's you a link for those beads. Oh, Barbie says, I am impressed with your cat. Anytime I'm working with long lengths of wire, I'm fighting off the cats. They truly believe it is for their amusement. Ember likes a good wad of wire, but what really makes her wild is because she'll ignore the wire. She likes sleeping and stuff. She cannot resist when I'm doing beadwork. She will kidnap that right off of my desk and drag it around the house like it's her prize. Just getting that wrapped around. Yeah, Ember came by and meowed at me. She's my buddy. Oh, just a little farther, like maybe 3 more links. Or coils. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Bringing that around. Bringing this around into a nice curve. So I'm going to bend that into the parallel a little. And I'm going to bend this into the parallel a little. And so now from here, this is a trickier angle for me. So I find that I tend to set the project down. Make the tripod fart a lot. Whoopsie. Oopsie freaking daisy. Alright, here we go. So we're going to wrap once and twice around those 2. And then we're going to come around I make a little bit of a loop with all of our extra wire so I don't have to go so far out of my way to get around it. But then we go 1 and 2. Then 1 and 2. Oh, I didn't need to go through there. Now we're going to go 1 and 2. So we've got 2 on each side. I want there to be 5 on the top, and then we'll do the reduction steps. So then there's 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Oh, there's 3 on each side. A head clamp would be handy too, maybe. Maybe. Well, the pins work pretty well, and honestly, I love it for it gives me some place to set my hand. This is such a relief to my neck and shoulders. Like, my goodness. One, especially for just the sake of staying in frame. Two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then there's 5 on this one. There's 1. We'll do zoomed for you. And 2. And now we'll do that reduction where we're going 1, and 2. And now we'll just do 5 around this one right here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, it's getting up and moving is so important. Because it's good posture, bad posture, any of it hurts if you're doing it all day. Giving that a squish. We're going to zoom out. Right on Earth, we will be here. You can probably hear all the scratching of the wires hitting everything around me. The farting of the tripod in the distance. The natural noises of the craft room. Harumph and grumble. What next? I think it's far enough around that we can start. I want to measure how much is on this side. This is so unlike me. I normally never measure stuff. I'm just like, close enough. 95 millimeters. And this is much longer. I'm going to trim it off at 95 millimeters past those 5 coils. So I never really worry about having exactly the right amount of wire on each side. Like I don't need to start my project in dead center because things are going to get used up very slightly differently as we go through and do our sculpting. It just, you can count on there being a little bit of a margin of error. I trim when I'm like, okay, when I'm here at that last step. I don't do the cuts till I have to. So on both of these sides, I'm going to bring that 95 millimeter long section down. And then, ooh, this has me wondering. Do we want to add another gemstone for like right before where it enters your hairline? Like right back here in this section? I think I'll have it be right there. Let me see if I have any matching. Then after we finish this, I'm going to work on making the necklace to this piece. I'm going to tell you though, I was not anticipating using all of my gemstone stash. These two are really close. These two are really close. So unless I find one that's a better match, these two are really close as well. I feel greedy using those for something that I may end up keeping for myself. How does something set in chainmail look? Pretty cool, but not like it kind of... I'd have wanted the chainmail somewhere else in the piece as well to make it very cohesive. That's the term I'm looking for. Is it coolant hoop time? I don't know what that means. Hula hoop, gotcha. No hula hooping for me today. Not on camera. But just alternating between the standing and sitting is helping me. But it's very important to me to not get too derailed from our projects. Gotta be productivity. That would look super cool though. I'm thinking. Let's see, do I have a big, beautiful, flashy bead? These are some nice little 8mm glass beads. Okay, so let's see. So I'm going to use a 4mm, and then I think I'm going to jump from the 4 to the 8, just for the sake of cleanly filling that gap. I think that's a pretty nice little like iridescent bead. And now I'm going to go 6mm, 5mm, 4mm, and this is still being strung onto that 18 gauge wire. I'm going to get a pinch of these 3mm beads out. Whoop, there we go. Same as we have that little pinch of the 2mm. And let's see, will it fit on this bead? Yes! Oh. I feel like I'm on a winning streak as far as getting those beads to thread on. Okay. I don't know if I want to do that. Let me zoom out. Or if I want to put a little 8mm bead there. Just let me take these off. And let me just thread this back on, but I'm going to add a 5mm bead. That way it's the same exact bead sequence, more or less, as what we had just done. Let's see, how does that... Whoop. Because then I'm going to take this one. Let's see if our 8mm kind of like mermaid glass... Oh, it fits on the 16 gauge. That makes me super happy. I'm not going to bring it all the way down. onto our wire. I want it to be like here. And then this is going to get bent quite snug around. And we'll come down this way. This is where I'm going to close our beads because this is going to be a mess if this gets knocked over. Okay. And I'm just pushing this wire through here. And then we can come around this way. So I'm just really just vining this 16 gauge wire up and through. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself because I've got to replicate this on the other side, but I want to get something settled as far as it goes of like, okay, what is it that we're doing? Okay, so we've wrapped there, and now I'm going to guide that through that spot. And I want it to go across our stone there, so I don't want it to get drug up into that high corner, whereas seems to be its inclination to want to go. Just because the wire wants to doesn't mean we have to let it, but then I am going to do a little swoopty swoop. Nice little tight spiral. And then we can start getting that shaped nice and curved. Whew. Goodness, okay. I love it. I love how that's looking, but man, oh, that could have gone wrong at so many different stages. Let's get some water in us. All right. Let's see, I don't want to go too much farther, but I've got to get this 18 gauge bound off or these beads are just going to go everywhere on us. So we bring that around. I love that, but they're going to slide down. So we're going to need to do a little bit of coiling to get all of them to just stay in place. Oh well. So I was like, man, that's going to be a lot of coiling. Oh well. It means it's going to be awesome. So let's pull off 5 feet of wire. So about a full arm span, and this is more of that 26 gauge. And we're going to come around this way, and we're going to just start coiling here on the end of our 18 gauge wire. Let's go ahead and get that nice and tucked off right from the start. I try to tidy my wire before I leave its vicinity, like, because I'm going to forget about it probably, so I may as well go ahead and do the tidy smushing and squishing now. And that way I can just think about what's ahead of me. Ooh, that's a good question. Earth asks, how are you going to tie up at the back of the head? I have a 1/16 inch shock cord. It's like a round elastic. I've used 1/4 inch flat elastic in the past, but it's kind of hard to cover, and I have very fine hair. And so just a thinner cord I think will be nice. And then just continue hand coiling. Yes. in just a moment. Let me get to where the loop that we're going to be attaching to is established, and then I'll be able to show you. So whenever we get there, if that's all right. So it's kind of, I wanted something that would pretty much be like a hair tie. Just that kind of stretch. I don't need it buckled onto my noggin, so that it's like bolted into my skull, but I don't want it slipping and sliding around. Hairpins can come in super duper handy. As well as I've done like braids in my hair and then sewn with a really thin like wig elastic for like sewing in hair extensions to just kind of whip stitch loosely, either with a ribbon or some of that stretchy thread. There we go. So yeah, we've only got about this much wire left. So I'm going to go ahead and coil it. There we go. I do about batches of a 20. Gotcha. Rainbow says, "I like your thinking. I had thought she was going to double back and it would make it firm enough to not use a backing, but I'm a warrior crown wearer, so what do I know? What's a warrior crown?" But no, I hadn't even thought of that, to have it be without the elastic. I don't know if this wire would be stiff enough for that. I'd want maybe a hardened leather base or a stiffer like spring steel or stainless steel headband. All right, so now that's all of our coiling, all of our hard work, and we can just press that up. Or ribbon or leather cords. Oh yeah. Well, hazy doggy. You heavy breathing creeper. You just come in here and shed all over the rug. It's hard work. It is. I appreciate you doing it. If you didn't, I don't know who would. Oh, yo. Look at this old doggy. Look at this old doggy. What a good boy. Oh, he's camera shy. He's always been camera shy. He's my old man, but I love him. Haha. What a good dog. All right. Back to work. They say, "Hi, Z." Gotcha. He's such a good boy. He's now destroying the ottoman and huffing about it. Okay, so now I'm just going to follow where that first wire had taken us. And this, I think, makes for a very organic, like the vines kind of grew there effect. Is at least what I'm hoping for. And that's also at least what it reminds me of. But now we're going to come through and thread through that loop. And I mean, really, let's use our pliers here so I don't hurt my thumb knuckle. And so now it's growing like out of that. These ribbons on the one for my granddaughters curled the ends up. She said it gave her mermaid hair. Oh, I love that. That is so sweet. Ooh, yeah. I'm going to have that go that way. Maybe. We'll see. I don't want to plan the whole future. I want to let it play out. But for the sake of cleaning up some of these freaking wires, I am going to coil the remainder on this end. I kind of want to make this out of super thick gauge aluminum and use like one of my polymer clay pieces, like this one here, for like to make a great big focal point and just make a belly dance belt that is this wire wrapping, but with like instead of a 16 gauge, I'd use like a 4 gauge. And instead of the 26 gauge wire, I'd use, let me think, probably that 16 gauge aluminum dead soft, like on a bead on a wire. That'd be really cool. I would wear that. Well, I know what I'm making next. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I don't know why I'm counting. I'm just using up the whole wire. If it had thicker gauge, it could sit on the head without tie-ups. Not sure how you could incorporate that now, but right on. Yeah, maybe in the future. I would definitely need a thicker wire, and I'm really thinking about that 0 gauge or that 4 gauge aluminum, because that stuff is dummy thick. It's what I used for my dragon wings. Yeah, we always used to get folks who were like, "Why don't you just use a drill?" And I'm like, "How would you suggest I attach this to a drill and then have it spin and coil this without killing my eyeballs, like from all the flinging wires?" Yeah, 4 gauge. It's like, I mean, it's like 5 millimeters, I think. It's good stuff. Very malleable, though. Very, very malleable. Ooh, Earth says, have you ever made any brooches or hairpins? I haven't. Not in a long, long time. Just shaping that around. Wow. Oh. Well, Rainbow, thank you for showing him, and thank him for his kindness and his compliments. Rainbow says, I was showing my hubby your dragon heads. He was amazed. He said you did a really great job on them, and he likes them. Well, thank you. I'm super pleased. I can't believe it. We only have 2 left. Like, that's amazing. Like, I can't even believe. Oh my Atlanta. It's just making messes. We got to get this unruly circlet wrangled. We're not wire wrapping, we're wire wrangling today. And then I'm excited too. We did well enough that at least for the next couple of months, Randy doesn't need to get a job outside of the house. So that's phenomenal. Okay, but yeah, I do like poking it in at an angle because then it doesn't pop out as easy. in theory. Like, theoretically. Okay. Oh, heck. What did we do? What did we just do on that other one? All right. Standing time. I'm going to start by coiling off this 95 millimeter section with the remainder of the 26 gauge. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, since 2008, there's only been one winter that Randy needed to go and get a job outside of the house. So we live frugally. Like, unless we're spending money on the business, we don't spend money. Um, and I think that's why I'm so creative about different ways to do, I wanted to wear tie-dye clothes, but they were too expensive for me. So I was like, well, what if we just made them and sold them? And then I could keep, some of them. So, make tie-dye. But it's wonderful to get to do what we do for a living. Just getting that coiling. They're up on the website. The two that we have left are Deep Sea and Reignited. Now, I'm gonna be honest, two of our most expensive ones, but I sculpt them, Randy prices them. And then I get him to go down on the prices a little if I can. Oh, well, thank you. I used to have a very low opinion of myself, and it's, I'm all right. I love me because my friends love me, and I value their opinion and perspective. And I'm like, these people that I respect and hold in such high regard seem to think that I'm worthwhile, so I'm going to stop treating myself like I'm not. But years and years ago when we started the business, I figured, I was like, well, if I can't be or feel beautiful, then maybe I'll make things that are beautiful, and that'll be my contribution. And it got to where I feel like I make things that I think they're beautiful. They make me happy to look at them. Earth says, I thought Deep Sea would have sold. Deep Sea was tried on so much, but I think it was the price tag put a lot of folks off. But she might just be waiting for her forever home. Yep. Oh, well, shit, y'all. You've convinced me. So I do want to make sure that we just have the same amount of overhang of uncoiled. So I trim the longer one to match the shorter one. Gotcha. I got you, Melisandre. Okay, let's see. Trying to see if I can get all of this in frame. That's my goal for y'all. Okay. So got to make sure that our bead fits onto the wire. It does. That makes me a happy crafter. And then come in about an inch out, really. Just spiraling down around that 8mm bead. And that's making sure that I use the same side beads in kind of more or less the same area really helps me to build up an illusion of symmetry. And my trick is to just have so many details going on that if something's like a little off, it's like, ah. You gotta be paying pretty close attention to notice all the little details. It's overwhelmingly asymmetrical, and so the brain just accepts it as organic looking. Woo, that one fit. Oh, we don't do that one yet though. We start, it looks like, on a, yeah, we go 4, 5, and 6 millimeter before we reduce again to a 5 millimeter, a 4 millimeter, a 3 millimeter, and a like 2.5, whatever this little guy is. And then this is where we run into, I need to do a whole arm span of coiling again. Whew, there's a lot of coiling on this. That's all right. We'll get there. It's quite windy out. Are there more storms coming through this evening? Do you know, honey? Storms, yeah.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Check out the trees outside. It's so windy. Like I was hearing it blow something across the porch. Like I'm looking out that window.
Yeah, it's a little windy.
That's exciting. Well, it blows
Looks like
all the
we
dead
need
leaves
to,
off.
Rake the backyard already.
Really? We'll do it with the mower so it goes in to, we'll start top dressing the beds with grass clippings and leaves.
Okay.
Okay.
I know, I'm getting kind of hungry too.
Oh, yeah? The plan for, well, we've got apples if you want some. If you want an apple to tide you over till dinner. But the plan for dinner is chicken, carrots, and green beans. We're going to do that tomorrow.
How about I do that tonight and I just start in on it now?
All right.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that is. Because the chicken is probably still frozen in the fridge.
Yeah.
Like, will you poke it?
Yeah, but I'm still gonna make the tuna.
Okay. Well, because I can cook the chicken tonight for leftovers if necessary.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, we're deciding dinner. Been so many tornadoes across the states? What? Oh no! I hope no tornadoes today. Do what, honey?
There's a lot of wind outside.
Oh yeah? Will you check on that weather for me? Wow. Oh, gotcha. You watch Storm Chasers. That stuff stresses me out. Like the storms and things, watching them happen. Ignorance is bliss. I like not being worried about what could happen to my house.
There's a chance of rain at 9 p.m.
It's raining right now, isn't it? Oh, okay. It just looks like it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then at 11, we die.
Oh, really?
So-
I don't want to die. Oh, not at 11. Not tonight.
20% chance of rain at 9.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for checking, honey. Southwestern Missouri. Like, if a storm's gonna take me out, I hope it waits until after the camp alone. Not to be this way, but I was really looking forward to that. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Coil, 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 coil. Well, that's awesome that Randy's taking care of dinner. Just coiling and then smushing, coiling. And then smishing. Oh my gosh. Rainbow says this getting darker earlier is really taking a toll on me this year. Wow. Right? Like, I mean, it's 5:30 and it looks like I'm about to have to put the chickens to bed, but I know that's an hour and a half away. But it's because it's cloudy out, but I know what you mean. It eats into the day, doesn't it? Scooching that down a little. 4. Uh-huh. Koyo, koyo, koyo. I'm so excited to be wrapping this piece. Like, oh my gosh. I did not set out to be making this, but I got out of my own way and I'm excited about it. Yeah, that's something I'm really grateful to have my garden and chicken chores every day, is it keeps me, I mean, I get at least 10 to 15 minutes of bright morning sunlight every day in the mornings. Yes.
Anything else?
The jar of noodles. Yeah, psychologically too. It's wonderful opportunities to catch up on cuddles, though, in my opinion. Winter is for snuggles with the kitty, with the doggy, with the heated blanket, with the husband. Oh, well, thank you, Melisandre. Yeah. Well, and we get to watch the chickens go to bed. Watch the sunset with the chickens going to bed. Because I'll usually in the evenings I like to, if they go to bed at 7, I go out there at least 6:50 and let them graze around in the yard, and then it'll take them 30 to 40 minutes to go to bed because they're like, but I like being out there with them and supervising to make sure they don't dig up. Like, I've got a bunch of like bulbs and stuff, and they know exactly where I don't want them to dig. Uh, oh, 6 hours of daylight, man. I wonder exactly how many hours we get here in Missouri on the winter solstice. Like, what's our low? Let me Google that real quick. Yeah, we get 10 hours, not to flex. We get a full-on 10 hours. Sun's rising at 7:30 and sets at 5:38 on the winter solstice at our latitude. So I cannot even pretend to be like, oh no, but I mean, even that little bit still sucks. You know? Yeah, Scotland, y'all are super north. Oh, I think, is there a doggy outside? Come on in, doggy. And yesterday we went and had a really nice walk about the neighborhood. Taking Z on a walk last night. So that was a lot of fun. Okay, so now those beads aren't going to fall off. And let's see, how did I do this? I'm crossing over around in that spot. And then it's going to come around town. And come down this way. How did we do that? Yeah. Uh-oh, I needed to be coming through that wire. I see. Hey, Amber, how's it going? How are you doing today? Yes. Oh, I love that. Oh, makes me happy. Happy crafter noises intensify. Let's pull that a little tighter. And then we're going to be coming down through right here. And I want to be pulling this way. That way... Oh no, Amber says still sick, but trying to get better. Oh, well, I hope you find some way to enjoy your recovery time and kind of luxuriate and make the most of it. Oof. Peaceful says, unfortunately, we are still getting up to 96 or higher during the day. Yeah, that is warm. Okay. So there's that. Bending off that way. And then coming around town. Oh, that'd be cool, Amber. Yeah, please do tag us. That'd be great. That didn't come out the way I wanted. It's because I need to add another little loop, probably. It's a little more curly-cuey than on the other side, but it'll all make sense when it's done. It's actually, I'm using the T-pin to hold that in place. Nice. Friggin' love that. Alright, just to hold it down for a sec because I want to use my nylon gel pliers to get this straightened out. But yeah, I'm excited for the upcoming moth market. Like I was saying earlier, I have no logical reason why I should think that we won't make a single sale there. But I am bracing myself for if we don't make a single sale there. I am preparing myself for it being a complete and technical waste of time. But I'm excited to meet some of the other vendors. I'm really excited to get to see the Red Moon Studio, the belly dance studio that I study at. Their performance troupe is performing there, and I get to see that. We'll get to make a new booth setup for a 10-foot setup with our current, like, kind of inventory and what we have to display and stuff. Which that is very exciting. And this is how I work on my mindset pre-events. Is to be like, you know, so let's plan on worst case scenario. We do not make a single sale. I mean, that's like the worst best case scenario, because worst case scenario is we get in a car wreck on the way there or something, like. And so, you know, and I don't visualize that stuff because it's like I don't want to, you know, I visualize if I catch myself in that thought process, then I visualize us surviving it, because it's like, oh my god, you know. But I can't control other drivers. But we'll get the booth set up, video, and be able to show y'all that, and that might be able to be helpful to y'all. And yeah, hopefully it'll be, if nothing else, a good time. But I want to prepare like doing this show is going to make me a millionaire and I'll never have to work again. And it's just, you know, my wire will never kink again. My beads will never roll away. You know? Okay, taking all the pins out, because this is about to come together, I think, real quick and all at once. Or it'll take us another 4 hours. We shall see. So this is the circlet so far. And I want to bring this around to, for the symmetry, I like to look at it's coming around the front. So we're going to take this and we're going to follow around the front, and I'm doing 1 bead spacing in between. Do you see how? And so now we're just coming around, bringing that down. This lets us cinch a little tighter. I'm going to come around from behind and feed through that loop. Peaceful says that's exactly how my brain works too, worrying about everything that could go wrong. Yeah, so I try to just take that energy, and instead of wasting it on fretting, I try to let it be something productive, perhaps, if I can manage that. So now we've come through and we'll go up. And so now these wires are both going off in the same direction. Oh, that's a lot. I can, however, relate with runaway beads. Yeah, but it's you never know if you don't ask. It's like if I could be a millionaire and my wire never kink again, that'd be well, that's 2 good things. I don't know. We're gonna have to. Yeah, my chair gets stuck in those. And the thing is the whole house is like slanted, so they're always, the beads all roll into this corner. That's why this is my bead corner. All right, let me see. Brace yourselves. I don't have any makeup on, so I hope I also don't have any like eye boogers and stuff. Let me check for eye boogers. Oh yeah. Hey guys. So being very careful to not poke my own eyes out. I want to see, yeah, you can see that barely comes back into, that's a good spot for the elastic to come. And then we'll be able to shape this down to a little flatter as we get there. Oh, well, shoot. Well, thank you. It's the good lighting makes a big difference too, I think, but I'm digging that. All right, so let's see if we can't maybe shape it around a little more. I'm just bending around here. Oh, well, thank you.
Is there any reason not to add this right now?
No, and be sure to add some regular milk as well.
Okay.
Thank you. Because it needs to simmer some so that the peas aren't crunchy again. Do you remember? Oh, that, what do you think?
That's great.
Well, you don't need to simmer it, just we'll bake it for a nice long time. I'm pleased with that. Okay, but now I get to decide what we're going to do with our little antennas that are here. So, like, do I want this part to come down to right there? Or do I want it to come, I like it closer. I like it closer. Okay, now we know. And knowing is half the battle. Right, and I kind of want to keep the antenna vibe just a little bit. I don't want it to be like, but I don't want it taking up all that space because I might glue a little rhinestone, like a little, let me see. I think I can reach. Yay, I can reach them. Okay. So this is for the, like your blue mesh crumb catcher. Well, it only lets the fine sifted crumbs through. So, but yeah, I thought it'd be really cool to just glue directly to my forehead. I'm going to bring some of these sparkly gems with us to the camp along for if anybody else wants to glue gems on their face with like eyelash glue. Because I got this whole canister. And that way we can just be fairy people for the potluck. So I'm going to flip this. I'm back around. Burp, burp, burp. And I know I'm sideways, but give me a sec. So if we do this one short and that one short, let's not poke my eyes out. And then, so we're here like this. And then if I glue a little stone there, and then if I have my horns, I don't know, what do you think? I don't know if I'll be able to do my horns with it. I might have to make some moose antlers or something. And that way I can fit other little gems on my face. So, though I kind of also, what if I painted a little eye to put right there? What if I glued an eye to my face? Y'all. Uh-oh. What if I had an already painted color shift? I don't know. That's a little weird. We'll have to see. What do you think? I'll be a three-eyed people eater. No cannibalism while camping. Be a one-eyed, one-eyed, blind people.
Ruined.
Trip ruined, says Randy. Two blues is weird, yeah. I don't know, but I like having options. So, oh no. Apparently, these pins are magnetic, as is the chain. Okay, all the magnets are clear. Alrighty. I may just do the circlet because that way if I don't have to deal with any glue on horns or glue on gems, I'm still probably gonna do the gems. I might do the gems for the rave. We'll see. It'll probably be like 2 in the afternoon and I'll be in full like rave gear. The magnet does make for easier cleanup, but I didn't want it to do that. But it did inspire me to put my pins away. Alrighty, let's see. So now is the time for us to decide what we're going to do. And I'm going to bring these guys around to the back, I think. Nope, I liked it better to the front. Don't know unless you try. Bad magnet. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to feed it through that loop, or that hole right there. So yeah, I think I'm going to bend that down. And I'm going to go ahead and snip it. Just right there. Because then we can come in with our bent nose pliers. And I'm going to squish that end from this angle. Boop. Squished it right on down where I wanted it to go, and there's no pokey bit. And I haven't chewed the wire up, so that's good. So now I'm going to take this side. I'm going to put my finger here just for spacing to encourage symmetry. And I'm going to feed between the butterfly and that woven frame in the back. And then just pull it down. Holding all of that together because it's going to pull it tighter than I want it to. So I try to give myself a little bit more space. These are beads. There's everything on that side is a bead. And everything everywhere else is a cab. So I need to turn all these guys into spiders. They're beads that we had up on the website. And they never found their forever home. So I'm going to make them into some jewelry for the moth market. Okay, so again, snipping off that excess. How'd the haircut go, Laura? There we go. And so it's just wrapped around like that. Let's see. I'm going to finish off the end. This is going to be where the elastic links through. So I'm going to feed it through the back. Let me make sure first that these are actually the same length. So that's 10 centimeters. No, they're both 95. Okay, that's right. Oh, he looks like a new kid. Nice. Is he happy with it, I hope? Okay. So in which case, we're going to bring this around. And it's going to come through from behind to the front. And I want it to just sit like that. So we're going to come around from behind. And I want it to sit, there we go. That's a nice, that's the shape I'm looking for. But it's going to come around from behind. And I'm going to bend up. And I'm going to bend, wait. Oh, I went from below. You know, I like that. So I'm going to pull this one out. And I'm going to come in, where did I enter on the back? So right in that space. So we're going to come over here. And it looks like I'm landing between the 5mm and the 4mm. So I'm going to encourage that around. Oh, that is so lumpy and weird. That's okay. We'll get the shaping down. And bend straight up. And then I'm going to carefully make as close to the tip of my pliers and as close to the tip of my wire as I can. Make a little, just a little spiral, just to finish that off. The last thing I want to do right now is pinch my wire, so I'm going to be real careful and intentional with my effort. Okay, and so now from here, I don't think I like that. That just looks like it's... What if I hit it through right there? There we go. And then I'm going to hide it through right here.
It's not boiling yet, but how long do I do the noodles for?
Like 8 minutes. They finish up in the oven. So it's starting to look a little overgrown right there to me. So I'm actually going to bring something simple to the front. I'm going to do a 3-finger wide, so about 2 inches. Just coming up. And now we'll try to get that to match over here on this side. Oh, we do. It says, Vaughn, what should I come for as the, or come as for the potluck? Too many choices. Well, if you're gonna have me do fairy makeup on you, do you want to just come as a fae creature? Or like, do you have a pirate outfit? I love pirates. Like the mythological kind, if that makes sense. Oh, I don't want it coming up that way. We want it to come around behind, and then we're going to come through right here. Yeah. Oh my God. You have to repeat that. My TV volume shot up. Oh no. Well, do you have a pirate outfit? And I said, I love pirates. And I thought about it and I was like, well, mythological pirates. Like, if that makes sense. Ooh, yes, that'd be so cool. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to coil it, and I'm going to make it like a little bit of a tighter coil. That way it kind of masks the chaos behind it. Ooh, I bet you'd do a great Captain Sparrow. I'd lose my shit. Oh, and see, I love it. This bright silver on top kind of just masks. But I mean, keep in mind, you're going to be camping. And that's the thing, is it's like, I'm keeping myself from doing any sort of extravagant costume because I'm like, I'm also going to be cooking and eating and playing in the fire and like hanging out and stuff. So I'm dancing like a fiend. Yeah, we're setting up kind of like a get your picture taken area, with like a nice like curtain and fairy light backdrop for if anyone wants to get their pictures taken. But I don't like just walk around and take pictures of folks, just in case, they don't. That's why I can't wear my Winifred costume. Oh, that'd have been so cool. You do have a lot of a lot of options. All right, let me go dig out the cord that we're using. And we're going to try this on as a necklace. And as a circlet. I love boiling noodles. Okay, so this is what we had gotten. It's from Paracord Planet. I just bought the first listing for 1/16 inch elastic stretch bungee. I searched shock cord, but that's what came up. But you can see it's got a whole lot of stretch, but I don't think... How would you dress up that incorporates a wheelchair? Mermaid. 100% mermaid. I've thought about this. Like, ever since my tailbone started hurting me and I started being, like, worried that, you know, about my long-term mobility. Like, mermaid. 100%. So, I'm just going to give us, like, maybe 16 inches. Fairy in a wheelchair. You can just put the fairy wings on your wheelchair. Like... I'm remembering my dad's wheelchair. He had this like whole backpack thing contraption on it. And he'd like bring his laptop. He'd put a 2-liter of something good to drink in there. Like, that was the way to do it. Alright, wish me luck if this catches on fire, but I'm going to try to melt the ends. Don't play with fire, kids. Oh, hey Robin, how's it going? Okay. So now we can just put this through like so. And then I'm going to do just a little knot. This shouldn't be too hard to undo if necessary. I'll probably never be able to get it undone. Oh no, you're great, Barbie. I just would in a heartbeat cosplay a mermaid. But yeah, just like, I mean, a cute shimmery top and like some mermaid leggings, and then just go all in on the hair and like crown and stuff. Okay. But no, I hope you didn't feel like I was being like, duh. I'm just excited about the idea. It's a tripod, I promise. All right. So we're trying this on now. Here we go. I'm going to do it without the glasses. Do you see how they bite into my nose? Like that. It gets to where at the end of the day, I'll take them off just because they hurt. Uh-oh. I made it too tight. Ow. My giant head. Okay. Well, let's see how easy that knot is to undo. I should have measured it first. Working on a sunbathers. Is that a sun catcher, or are you out catching some sunshine? Okay. So now I'm going to try to do the knot. I wonder if we could do a slide knot. We do this as you measure? No, clearly. All right, well, let's pretend like we did. Okay. So I'm going to tie a knot here on this side. I guess I'm just going to do a lark's head knot. So we've come through like this. I'm going to bring this around, and then we're going to come through and then down through the front. Oh, that's not right. Whoop. Ah. There's better tutorials to follow than this, I'm sure. So there's that little lark's head knot. Autocorrect sent me to the beach. Because the thing is I really don't want it cinching down on my head real hard all day. But you don't want your circlet sliding around all willy-nilly either. Okay. So now we're going to do that other, we're going to do a knot again. I'm going to remove the hair that it took. Okay, so I'm coming around. Whoop. All right, there we go. And just pulling down. And so we've got extra. I could add beads on that or do whatever's necessary. I'm not doing it perfect right now because I just want to get it sized. And now we can get it shaped because this right here, that's not going to work for me. So I'm going to press this. I want it bent much more at a curve. That way it's almost like that curves in. And now I would put this under like a bun or something. Yep. And then it hugs the forehead correctly. Then I would do like a little tease poof and have my hair up. And I'm probably going to do like my dreads and stuff. I took them out today because it was a hair wash day. But I'm very, very pleased with that. I don't think this is too much along here at all. Gooder is my new word. What do you think, y'all? And we haven't even done those UV drops in the butterfly yet. I think the coiling. Hey, Randy, can you come look at me with your human eyeballs? Did the coiling, as you come closer, when does the coiling become obvious? Because it might not have been worth doing.
This far.
Okay, so a good conversation distance.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. No, thank you. What do you think?
It just looks like silver wire.
Right on. But that's cool. I like when things, whenever I see a costume, that the closer I get, the more the more detail renders. Mm-hmm. That makes me happy. I want to make costumes that the closer you get, it's not like, because sometimes I've made some costumes that it's like the closer you get, the more it falls apart, but it looks good from across the room. I want this to be the closer you get, the more you're like, no way. But so magic happens in the details. So, and I think that's a good length, but I could totally just do some pins as well. Lex had not. I just happened to be working on a macrame wall hanging that has a pretty leaf pattern during this live. I found the tutorial on YouTube. Right on. Well, y'all, that was today's live stream. Thank you so much for keeping me company while we did this video, while we made this piece. I've had a fantastic time. I cannot believe it's been 3 hours and 40 minutes. This has blown by, but we got it done. I love it so much, you guys. Let's try it as a necklace. Yes, bobby pins. Make it permanent. See you for real in a week. Well, we're not out yet. And so you can see like this, that's not a very good necklace, right? Being shaped like that. But something that I think would be really cool is if we made some like pauldrons, like an armband. Not in this exact style, but you never know how something's going to look until you try it on. And then if I were to do this design as a necklace, what I would do is I would just bring it up flat, shape it to where these are sitting kind of on the collarbone. So again, just bringing it up and bending it back. so that it's a very different shape. And we could even, there's no reason why you can't have it sit more on top of your head too. So let's see. Sometimes you just got to put it on. So depending on how low you wanted to wear this, or can you imagine if this were like pinned to the top neckline of a really flowy, like silky outfit, like, or by itself, like, or part of a body chain with like matching armbands. So let's see, let's pretend for a minute. I super duper dig that. Though I might, for me, I like stuff that sits around my natural necklaces. Oh yeah, a V-neck. I like that. I like that a bunch, y'all. Yeah, I'd have it come down just a little bit in the way that those labradorites just flash at you. So if you're not inclined to wearing things on your head, with a little bit of strategic smushing, you can get it to be a necklace. Or what if? What if we choked ourselves with it? What if we made a little hand flower? Oh, good night, Melisandre. And so, as a bracelet, we could take this. I need to add in some support chains. But do you see how we've shaped that to be very short? We'd probably stop the design like here. But I've got more of these butterflies. So it's that same concept, y'all, as to what we were doing the other day for that tutorial, where this piece is 3 of this design. There's that one and this one and then the one around here. So we've just made a very big version of this, which we taught in our most recent tutorial. So let me get this back on. I want to play dress up with you guys just a little bit more before I go. So I'm going to be wearing a romper like this one. No, I'm not. That's for the rave. This goes with a different outfit. Never mind. It's a surprise. Bye. So it's going to be that necklace. It's going to be these earrings. Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What will?
The other thing.
Oh! Yeah, I was a bad girl and didn't make my entire costume, but I don't care. I'm having fun. It's fun to be able to just buy something nice and hopefully have it be nice, but we'll see. I'm excited about it. Whoa! You gotta love the trolls. I love that one too. I really like that necklace. All right, so we're gonna get this shaped around again, and you can see this parawire, so long as we're not wrenching it into extreme like right angles, it does a really good job. It does a really good job just going into whatever shape you want, you know? Oop, we got some hair stuck under it. There we go. Alright, so again, just pretending. Like, what do you think of this set together, Randy?
Really nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Or do you think I should do a different necklace? Because they're different.
Yeah.
let's see. Let me just test. Because I kind of want to make, if I'm going to do this, I want to make the matching butterfly hand flowers, which would just be this section and then with like a loop that attaches to the ring. But what if we did just a nice big old labradorite? See, that's too small. I don't know. It's the dress up part that's so much fun. And I don't know. I might just do glue on jewels. I might go body paint, necklace with the same blue on it, different necklace. We're getting, oh, let me try. Let me try this necklace with it. Okay. What do you think, Randy?
Yeah.
I feel like a goddess. Oh my gosh. Ah! Okay, so yeah, 100% we're doing these ones together because we got, oh, and maybe these earrings. I don't know. Yeah, these earrings. For show. Okay, so thank you guys for playing dress up with me. I will see y'all in tomorrow's live stream. Oh my god, I'm so excited and cute. What do you think of if we did little hand flowers? I'll have to see if I can get them made. Alrighty, y'all. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you again for spending your time here with me. And I will see y'all on our main channel tomorrow. We're going to be doing another live stream, kind of catching up and showing off everything we've been working on so far this week. And I think we're going to be streaming that at 4, but I don't know. I just work here. Yeah, yay on the hand flowers for sure. Alrighty, happy crafting, you guys. Bye. Mwah. Okay, and then I click here. Woo!